Alright, so this is a review of Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition for PS4. I believe it's also available for Xbox One, Steam, which is PC, you know. So this is a remastered HD Special Edition touch-up of Devil May Cry 4, which came out in 2008. A game that I was admittedly not that big of a fan of, due to the fact that Nero was included. I hadn't really gotten through the game. I was relatively new to the series. I had barely even played any Devil May Cry games when the fourth one first came out, and I didn't really like it that much because I didn't like Nero as much as I like Dante. Now that I'm older, I realize that Nero is really just a bit whinier version of Dante in Devil May Cry 3, but at the point where I played the fourth one, the only Devil May Cry game I played was the first one. So I didn't realize what Dante was really like at the end of the day. But this game came out about a few days ago. I got it today, came out, I pre-ordered and everything. Came out the same day as Arkham Knight, came out on the 23rd. It's a good touch, like it looks good, the game looks good, but Devil May Cry 4 itself still looks good. This plays good. You know, you get some added bonuses. You get Virgil, you get Lady and Trish. Lady's playable for the first time ever. You get some alternate costumes. I'm wearing the EX Nero outfit, which is basically his Virgil's outfit on Nero. But the story of the game is you play as Nero. He's Virgil's son, most people think. I think so too, but it's never really explained in the game. It's just explained that he has some relation to Dante and Virgil, and you can't fucking tell by looking at him. You know, there's that, you're an idiot. But, and Dante invades their little church, the Order of the Sword, which is a church that celebrates Sparta, Dante and Virgil's father, and Nero's granddaddy. And Dante shoots the leader of the Order of the Sword in the fucking face. That, naturally, since Nero's a knight for the Order of the Sword, he goes after Dante, and they fight for a little bit, and Nero realizes that everyone on the Order of the Sword who's just been killed is a fucking demon. However, Nero, not being the brightest guy, decides to still go after Dante, at first for answers. But he doesn't. By the end of the game, him and Dante will become allies. They'll become friends. Have this kind of mentor-student relationship. So the gameplay of the game is. Damn, I'm stuck right now. So the gameplay of the game is solid. It's Devil May Cry. If you played one, you pretty much played them all. But Nero doesn't wield a special sword like Rebellion. He doesn't wield the demonically infused sword. He wields the Red Queen, which is kind of like a motorcycle type sword. Instead of two guns, Ebony and Ivory, he wields one gun, the Blue Rose. The sword's also called the Red Queen. Later in the game, he also wields Yamato. If you don't recognize that, that's Virgil's sword. I'm sucking right now. This is a harder difficulty. Well, fuck. Also in the game, you no longer purchase upgrades with orbs, you purchase them with these in the corner. They're Proud Swords. Or Proud Souls. Proud Souls. One take, that's all I do. And, Proud Souls are usually... I don't really like the mechanic of Proud Souls, due to the fact that I feel it makes sense, but I'm more used to the orbs, and one thing I'm happy that they brought back for the remake DMC was the orb system. Now I'll go to Bloody Palace. You can also play as Dante. You get about, use the DMC outfit. You get about midway through the game, I think it's mission 12, you start playing as Dante. Dante's gameplay is quite different from Virgil's. As Dante's gameplay, he uses all of his styles from Devil May Cry 3 roiled and earns another one towards the end of the game called Dark Slayer, where he uses Yamato until he gets it back to Nero to use the fight. Spoilers, I guess, but you could probably be able to call that. This game's plot is actually quite predictable. I do have that complaint. It's a Devil May Cry game. These games' plots don't diverge that much. I'm a big fan, but I'm not going to sit here and act like they are the magnum opus of video game storytelling, because they're really not. The good of the game, let me get down to it. The good of the game is the gameplay, it's Devil May Cry, it's solid, it's fun. The story, while not really that surprising, is coherent, and, you know, it's silly. It's like, oh, this is the Order of the Sword, but they're like the Illuminati, and they control things and all this shit. It's one of the better Devil May Cry stories. Let's all agree that this story is better than 2. Let's agree that all the Devil May Cry games are better than 2. But, you know, more good in the game is the inclusion of Dante as a playable character. He's not exclusive to this edition, he's in the other edition, but it just, if you don't like Nero, at least the game to play as Dante, because he's so overpowered that it's fucking great. I think the whole point of Dante being in this game is secondary playable is just to show how much stronger he is compared to Nero. Another main gameplay component with Nero, who I am no longer playing as, but playing with Dante is so much more fun, is the Double Bringer, which is Nero's blue-ass arm thing. It's really ugly, but really cool. It's, holy shit. It's Nero's Double Bringer, the blue-ass arm. It reaches stuff, it slams people on the ground. With bosses, it usually has some kind of special cutscene. But, you know, the bad of the game would definitely be, and that's for this edition of the game, I don't really see that many differences between this and the original version. I mean, yeah, there's touch-ups, and yeah, there's a few added characters, but I don't really notice that many gameplay differences. And the fact that Super Dante, Super Virgil, all the super characters, which you usually get for beating the game on harder difficulties, are DLC locked in this game. And that's total bullshit. You know, I don't ever, like, use the super characters, but I can see why it's total bullshit, because having played through all the other Devil May Cry games, mostly in the original versions, I also have the HD collection for PS3, the super characters are available when you beat the game on, I think it's Legendary Dark Knight mode, or something similar to that. Sparta mode, some shit. You get these, and the super costumes give you infinite double trigger, but they drain your ranking. Well, that's not that important. They're $5 though. They shouldn't be $5 They should be free for me at the game. You know, it's a Capcom game, so you should expect shit DLC, but all around, it's still kind of fucking shitty. Another complaint I have the problem with is how downright boring Christians to play as. Like, Lady's a welcome inclusion. Lady's fun. Virgil's overpowered as shit. There's no question. Virgil's always overpowered, though. He's overpowered in Marvel vs. Capcom. He's overpowered in Devil May Cry 3. But in this one, Trish, who was fun to play as in the second one, she was arguably one of the best parts of the second one, is so underwhelming to play as. At least they advertised her as being like, her playstyle will be brand new and it'll be fun and it'll be something you've never seen before. Really not. Reference. But it's really not. It's really kind of boring and dull, and I wanted to go back to playing as Lady for most of it. But, you know, I've got this. I've also got the first episode of Game of Thrones. It's free this week. Come on, check it out. This game, overall, I'd say that this was a good purchase, especially for only $25. That's pretty fucking dope. But if you don't want to pay $25, you can always go to GameStop. The original edition of the game for PS3 and Xbox 360 is $10, $7 if you got that power-up reward card shit. If you don't want to go to GameStop, it's only about $20 at Walmart. Or you could buy this edition. This is the version I recommend you get, if solely for graphical touch-ups, EX costumes, and fucking Virgil, my nigga Virgil. if you can look past the fact that some of the best stuff in the game, well, not really some of the best stuff, but some of the stuff that should come with the game is DLC. And, you know, if you can look past that, this game's definitely good for 25 bucks. It's definitely worth every penny. Overall, I'd give this game a solid 8 out of 10. You know, I check it out, especially if you're a Devil May Cry fan, you should get this shit. It's not available for physical release in America, unfortunately. I hate buying digital games, but in America, it's not available for physical release. In Japan, it is. So if you live in Japan and for some reason you're watching this shit, I don't know why you're watching this shit, but definitely check it. This is me, signing off.